Hello dear students. So today we are going to discuss about higher studies in foreign universities. I am Dr. 𝐂𝐨𝐮 Singh. I am professor at PW-GATE and I am also adjunct professor at Victoria University, Melbourne, Australia. So whatever information I am giving you and put it on the slide, it is based on my personal experience, and I have taken inputs from my students, those who are settled in US, Germany, Australia and Singapore. So it is their input. They have compiled this slide, and based on their input I am communicating that thing to you. Especially in India, there is a particular chunk of students, they always prefer to go outside for higher education. And for that, they do not study anything their BTech. They will say, I have to go for MS program outside. Why I have to study there? I study for, especially tier 2 or tier 3 colleges in India. That is the biggest mistake these people do. Because if in the BTech, if you do not have fundamentals, once you get there, you will have difficulty in getting good CGPA. So if you want to go for higher education abroad, you must study well in your BTech. Some people say, I will take some different major on different minor. That doesn't matter, because the attitude continues. Number one, if you want to go abroad, number one, you have to study BTech very well. Suppose your teachers, they don't teach anything, especially tier 3 colleges, you have to go somewhere where those people who can teach you engineering properly. Second thing is that if you are not from IITs, NITs or BITS Pilani, because BITS Pilani and IIT, they have very good teaching. Through these institutes, if you go abroad, either you will have fee waiver or you will get some scholarship, or both. One of my students from BITS Pilani, he got fee waiver and double scholarship for a research program abroad. So if you are from good institute, this facility will be there. But now the students will ask, sir, we are from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, what about us? And most of the students, especially from southern part of India, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, you know how they go to US and other universities? By paying hefty fee, and that runs into 30 to 40 lakhs plus maintenance. So they are paying fee and they are not going to the top universities, and they have to work in stores or delivery man to pay for their expenses. It's a heavy, either they have to take loan or they have to depend upon the family. I am telling you, it is not required. So if you are from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, what you should do, you should also work on the research. I mean, when you have to plan, if you want to go abroad, from second year itself, you should involve yourself in the research. Publish at least 1 or 2 papers in science citation index journals. Whoever teacher in your institute, wherever you are studying, anyone who is doing some research, you associate with him or her, and from after 2 to second year, second semester, you should also work with the teacher. And if you work for, let us say, 5 to 6 months, you will have sufficient material to publish a paper. Generally, to publish SCI paper, it takes 5 to 6 months. So I feel that before you embark for admission in the foreign universities, you should have one published paper in text in Scopus, on second paper accepted form. Guarantee, I am telling you, if you have 2 good paper, not only you will get fee waiver, but also you may get a scholarship. On some teacher, those who are having some projects, they may offer you some financial aid, because it happened with some of our students. So don't, especially those who are going from India, Don't become burden on your family in terms of money, because it leads to so many complications. And go to good universities. So if you want to go abroad, it requires planning. Second year onwards, you cannot neglect your engineering like CSE, IT, ECE, mechanical, civil. You cannot neglect. And number two, you have to work on research. I am also a researcher, and as per Scopus data 2020, I am top 2% researcher in the world. So that you have to work. Now you have to focus on what are the top universities. So there are different types of rankings. People follow worldwide. Now I am focusing on the technical education. For example, there are good colleges for arts, there are good colleges for law, there are good colleges for MBA, but here I am focusing primarily on technical colleges. So I am giving you the top 10 colleges good for technical education. It is not necessarily 1, 2, 3, 4. Order is not important. I am saying top 10. Okay, na? Doesn't mean that MIT is basically number 1, others are number 2. Not like that. Top 10 colleges where your career will definitely grow. So number 1, I am discussing the MIT. Everybody knows MIT. So how will you get all these top 10 colleges? Number 1, you should have good fundas in your engineering, whatever discipline you are studying. Number 2, try to publish some papers in SCI journals, and maybe from the PW platform, I may make some video later on to tell you how to write a good paper. Please write in the comment box if you wanted that kind of video. I will try to prepare and upload it. So now, why this MIT is a top institute? Because if you see, these are the products that came out from the research carried out by the faculties of MIT. You know how these universities are ranked? Primarily based on the research, number of publications, number of citations, total grants institute received. Based on that, these institutes are ranked. So robots you can follow, Boston Dynamics, EDAX. So these are basically developed by MIT people. So what are the basic minimum requirements to apply? Your GRE score should be 320 plus. And I'm sure if you are southern part of India, you are very good English. So I don't think GRE and TOEFL you will have any problem. And IELTS also should be 7 plus. IELTS is a relatively easier exam. So that is a minimum requirement. But once again, among that, whatever top 10 institutes I'm telling you, if you are from Tier 2 or Tier 3 engineering colleges in India, you should have some published papers. Now, next in the list is University of Cambridge, UK. Cambridge is a very small town in England, in UK. So Cambridge. So that is the next in my line. So why the Cambridge is very popular? Why the Cambridge is popular? So algorithm for iris recognition webcam. They were the people who developed webcam. So most of the research, patented research coming out from these institutes is sellable. And they have lots of publications. People are engaged in lots of research. So here for Cambridge, your GRE score should be 320 plus, TOEFL should be 100 plus, and IELTS should be approximately 7 plus. Once again, getting a score in IELTS is much easier compared to TOEFL and GRE. So Cambridge. So England. Now next in my list is University of Oxford. Oxford is known for excellence in engineering. UK, United Kingdom. So why this Oxford is so popular in technical education? So of course there are many inventions that came out. Weather predictions, lithium ion batteries. Whatever lithium ion batteries we are seeing everywhere now, and now because of EV revolution, we see lithium ion batteries everywhere. So this invention came from Oxford. And then atomic scale defects in the metals, 1956. So I told you, some of you, those who are following up my lectures, that defects in the material, that every phenomena can be explained in the language of mathematics, But in these 90s, there was mismatch in the experimentation versus the numerical analysis. So meeting of top metallurgists carried out at Oxford only, and they concluded that our mathematical analysis is correct, and maybe there are defects in the materials. So it is basically, and finally, when transmission electron microscopy was invented, then they concluded, yeah, that there are defects in the metal. So it's Oxford. And lithium-ion batteries, the most popular inventions. So requirements for Oxford is slightly higher, GRE 321 plus, TOEFL 110 plus, IELTS 7 plus, but I am 100% sure that in India, there are always champions. And they will crack GRE TOEFLs, IELTS like anything. But once again, along with these scores, please have good technical fundamentals whatever discipline you are studying, and try to publish some paper. Then I am promising you that you will definitely get admission in these universities. Then comes to NTU, Nanyang Technological University. And I will tell you, this is the best destination for most of our Indian professors, those who are in IISc and NTU. One of my friends from IISc Bangalore, 3 years back, he resigned from IISc and he came to NTU. And by the way, I will tell you, NTU and NUS Singapore, National University of Singapore, they take your GATE score. So if you perform well and if you have very good GATE score, then quite possible they may, waive off your fee. Or some teacher may be attracted by seeing your GATE score, and then they may also give you some scholarship. So GATE, especially in Singapore and Germany, GATE score plays a very, very important role. So you cannot neglect the technical subject. So why NTU is very popular? Receives 500 million USD research grants per year. It's very huge, a huge grant. $500 million per year. Because number of grants received, number of papers, number of patents, number of citations, based on that only universities are ranked. Each research paper published by NTU gets cited 20 times. NTU is unique in that. Almost each paper is cited 20 times. It's a very high number. And then 117 patents granted for every financial year 21-22. In India, especially if you see southern part of India, there are colleges where they produce anything and they can patent anything. Even junk also they can patent. But outside countries it is not like that. Patent that can be sellable. So here GRE 319 plus, TOEFL 100 plus, IELTS only 6.5 plus. But NUS and NTU, the fees is slightly higher, but the fees will be highly subsidized if you have some research backup and you have very good GATE score. Now Stanford University, USA, it's also one of the top-notch university in US. So 21 Nobel laureate from Stanford, and research budget is 1.82 billion. NTU was 0.5 billion. So compared to NTU, it is 4 times more research budget, and 4,500 inventions from 1970 to 2022. It's a very good university. But for that, GRE 320 plus, TOEFL 105 plus, and IELTS 7 plus. But here, this particular university gives very high credit to your research credential. And recommendation letters supplied by your supervisor and your teacher should reflect that you are active in research. Then you will get this particular university admission and most probably Zurich, ETH Zurich. Especially those who are studying mechanical engineering, this is the top-notch university in Europe. Zurich. So Switzerland, and their requirements are pretty much easy. To date, 21 Nobel laureate, has been a driving force behind the Swiss industry, whose innovative products and services are in the demand worldwide. Very, very big university. Especially this particular university is meant for mechanical engineers. Okay, na? So GRE 310 plus, TOEFL 100 plus, IELTS 7 plus. And I will tell you, in Europe, there is no fee. Education is free, but living costs are higher. In Europe, I have many students of mine, they are settled. And we also plan to have interaction session on the PW platform by some of these students that I will do. Please write in the chat box if you need any that kind of interaction with some of these students. Okay. Now next is NUS Singapore. NUS rank generally is higher than NTU and is one of the top-notch university in Asia. And in mechanical, I have some very good friends of mine there. Almost 1 billion research budget. And 875 patents application, out of which 124 granted patents with 398 invention disclosure. It's a very big achievement. And NUS is a very good university, but fees is also quite high. And NUS gives heavy weightage to your GATE score in giving you admission, in giving you fee waiver. Let us say if you are under 100 rank in GATE in any discipline, computer science and all that, you might get full fee waiver. The NUS gives very heavy weightage to your GATE score, but IELTS, TOEFL and GRE is also mandatory. Okay, NUS Singapore. Then comes Imperial College London. Imperial College London. So here there are some of the very important inventions that are there. And fiber reinforced plastic, some of the key research in the composite materials comes from Imperial College. Key research in composite materials. And graphene is one of them. Anyway, requirements are GRE 315 plus, TOEFL 100 plus, IELTS 7 plus. Okay, na? So then next is University of California, UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley is one of the top university as far as engineering students are concerned. Okay, na? UC Berkeley, everyone knows UC Berkeley. So there, what is so special about it? Receives close to $1 billion in research and other support from external sources. Not only government, from external funded source, we get approximately $1 billion. Requirements, 310 plus, TOEFL 100 plus, IELTS 7 plus. But here, either you should be from the top-notch universities in India like IITs or BITS Pilani. There should be very strong recommendation, or you should have at least 2 to 3 published papers. Then the UC Berkeley you will get it. It's a very good university. You will get a very good research exposure. Okay. Then comes the TTU. Okay, Netherlands. So in Netherlands is also this is one of the very good university. Holds over 500 patents over the years. 138 patents granted to TU itself only in the year 2020. GRE, TOEFL and IELTS. So these 10 universities, you can say these are the top-notch universities all over the world for engineers. But there are other universities as well all over the world where you can, suppose you are not getting admission in these 10 universities, you can very well think of, in US, there are Brown University, Columbia University, Yale, Georgia Tech. This list, you can follow any of the universities. If you are not able to get admission in Chicago, also very good university. In Europe, also Milan, Munich, Stockholm, there are DTU, Denmark. So these very good universities in Europe. And then in Asia, 𝐂𝐸𝐻, one of my research collaborator, he works in 𝐂𝐸𝐻. And then Tokyo, Japan, South Korea, this is the 𝐂𝐸𝐻 in South Korea, Seoul, South Korea, Seoul National University, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, Hong Kong. But before embarking in all these universities, either for MS program or the PhD program, number one, you should have very good fundamentals. And if Europe, Singapore and South Korea and Japan, they also give heavy weightage to the GATE score. While you are pushing the additional documents, so good GATE score, at least few research papers, I hope you will get admission. But don't bank on taking the loan and then going for education abroad. By that means, you will be on the heavy financial burden after some time. So I wish you all the best. Good luck to all of you.